Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Bill Management System Tutorials. Today is our lecture number 14, and in today's lecture I'm going to teach you and demonstrate you that how can you add the searching facility inside your billing software. And furthermore, in the previous lectures we have done some payment related stuff. So apart from buying or selling or purchasing or anything, you have to make mention the check details, that is the check number and the clearing date of the check. Okay, so that's why I'm going to record this lecture to add the search functionality and the check functionality inside our bill management software. So let's see how can we do search. So guys, let's start from the roles window. If you notice, from the very beginning I have added this search text box in every window. Okay, so instead of loading, right now we have only 3 records. Let's say if you have 3000 records, then you have to do scrolling again and again to find a particular record. So that's why I have added this search text box. So let's say if I write here A or D or whatever the spelling I will write, the appropriate data should load from the particular table. So let's go to the SQL and open the procedures, get roles, and then similarly and vice versa we'll do for the other tables as well, and we'll search for the sale invoice, we'll search for the purchase invoice, we'll search for the sales return, we'll search for the other things. Okay, customers and the shops and the vendors. So get roles, where is that? Get roles, right click on it and then modify. Alright, so I'm not changing anything here, I'm just copying this procedure and then I'm creating a new procedure, get roles, and remove this, and then right here create procedure. Okay, st underscore search roles. Okay, search roles, and you are going to find these things same, where r dot id as like, I'm going to use the like clause, like predicate. So like, and then I'm using a wildcard character and then concatenation and at the rate data that I will pass to it, and then at the end percentage. So what's basically this percentage is? This percentage is a wildcard character. That means whatever you will pass as a data, anything can come before that data and anything can come after that data. Okay, so that's what the meaning of this percentage is. And if you write here underscore, it's also the same, but it's only 1. If you write here percentage, then anything with respect to any length can come before the data that you are passing. Let's say you have written AB. So before AB, any text can come, any data can come of any length. Okay, but this is the working of percentage. And if you write here underscore, that means that any data can come but only 1 before your data. Let's say you have written AB, so before AB only C can come, only D can come, only E can come, only 1. Underscore means only 1 occurrence, and percentage means anything of any length. Okay, so that's why I am writing here percentage. And now let me pass a parameter here, data, and data can be of varchar type. So you can write here n varchar, no problem, because you are now searching with respect to everything. Okay, n varchar 1000. So whatever the data you will pass, it should be okay, it should be data. Okay, now it's fine. So whatever the data you will pass, it will pick up. Now you will write here or operator and then copy it and then paste it, and here you can write every column of your table. So that's it. I have only 2 columns inside my rules table, so that's it. So now execute. Commands completed successfully. Now let's go to the code and stop this software first, and let's create a global function inside the CRUD to search the records. So for that purpose I'm going to my CRUD functionality, that is my DLL, and now I'm going to here create a new method, that is public static what data should be written, void, and then you have to write here search data, and the things that you have to pass here is procedure, and then after that procedure you have to pass an hash table ht for parameters. okay, procedure and parameters, and then try catch. But one thing that you have to specify is the grid, that is the data grid view, okay, data grid view GV, and then the column names are also there. So do we have the function already written for that? Yes, we have that. We have the grid view, we have the list box, and all the things we have here. So I am copying this list box. Okay, here you have passed the items, the columns in the list box, no problem. Okay, so I am copying this code from my load data, and I will paste it at this particular point. Okay, where I should paste it? Inside this. And what else I should paste? I should copy this 2 and I should paste it here. Okay, so SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command, now list box, because in the previous classes you have seen that I am loading the records inside the list box. So the data grid view columns basically that are I am adding inside the list box, so that's why I am doing this. So list box LB, simple. And then there are many approaches you can use, other collections as well. So list box, now as many columns you can add inside the list box, as many columns will be binded to the data grid view. Simple. This is the code that I have demonstrated in the previous lectures also. So the loop will run how much times? The number of columns you are going to add inside the list box. Okay, and then one more thing that is remaining, that is this one, that is the numbering of the serial number column. So after assigning this data source, we have to do this thing. That's it. So now search data is there and the grid view is there, and we have to pass simple the procedure. But can you see the difference? Any difference inside this procedure or this method? That's procedure, hash table, grid view and list box, and that's also procedure, grid view. You don't need hash table because you have used the list box. So both the procedures are same. So can we use this same for the search option as well? So we don't have to create another function. So let me remove this search data. Let me remove that. Instead of creating another whole complete method, just save everything. Just go to the roles window. Where is that roles window? At this point here we have. But if you notice here, this text box is logged. Okay, so where we have to go? We have to go to the sample2. So let's go to the sample2, and the designer of the sample2 should be accessed. And now if you notice, the search text is protected. That means I can access it in the child window. Okay, search text. So let's go and make it static as well. Okay, so that's now static. Now what I can do, I can come on the roles window and I can right click and go to the code, and I have pasted search text change event. Okay, so if text, which text? Search text dot text. Okay, so there is no need to make them static as well. Remove this static keyword first and let's verify what's going on. So yes, it is accessible search text. Okay, in the child also. So if search text is not equals to empty, then come inside, and then what you can do, crude dot load data, and then specify the stored procedure. Simple. So the stored procedure is search roles. Come here and paste it, and then you have to pass the, yes, there is one problem. The function that I have created holds the parameters hash table. So we have to create an overloaded version of our this window. So that's why we have to go to the crude window first, and here go to the load data, and here copy this, and don't need to change anything. Instead you can write one thing, that is hash table ht. Okay, and now one more thing that you can do, you can add the hash table here as well, load data, but then you have to add everywhere hash table again and again, but it's a one time effort. You can, if you can do this, then the life will become easier. So no problem, little things can happen. So load data with the hash table also. Now rebuild this crude, right click and rebuild. Okay, so rebuild now started and rebuild should succeed. Okay, rebuild succeeded. Now let's come here, and it is asking me the list box. So where is my list box? Let us go to the particular load roles here. So copy same code. Okay, so I am going to copy this load roles, but inside this load roles I have to make mention the searching criteria. So it's better to copy this code and come here, and where was that? Here is that. So simply paste, and here you remove this and paste this one. Okay, so search roles. Now one thing that is missing, that is the hash table for parameters. So hash table ht is equals to new hash table, and then come here and add ht dot add, and how many parameters I am going to pass? Simple one parameter, that is data. So you can specify in double quotes @data comma, and then you have to specify the value, that is the value from the text box. So search text dot text. Okay, and now semicolon, and now you have to pass this ht at the end. But when you are passing hash table, go to the crude again, go to this load data, you are loading the list items, the columns. Okay, where is that hash table? So you have to write here, for each dictionary entry item in ht. Okay, so that the parameters can be loaded. So cmd dot parameters dot add with value, and then this loop will run only one time because the parameter is 1, and now the parameter is in hash table. So item dot key dot toString, and then item dot value, that's it. So whatever the value you will pass, it will become the parameter. So the parameter is now passed. Now let's rebuild it, and let's go to the roles window, and what we have here, all the things are now set. Let's start and check what are the results. Login, roles, and now you can write here A. So based on A, the data should be loaded inside the roles. Okay, so application is now, again it's saying that method not found. Alright, to resolve that error, first of all we are going to clean the complete solution. Okay, we are going to rebuild the complete solution. Complete solution means all the projects. Okay, look, as I have rebuilt, so the error is there. Okay, load data, and now I have to go to the crude one and then right click and then rebuild it. Okay, rebuild succeeded. Clean this, and now clean also succeeded. Build succeeded. Now rebuild BMS. Okay, now rebuild is succeeded also, and then still it is saying that there is no overloaded version that takes 4 parameters, though I have already added this load data function here with hash table. Where is that? Here is that. So let me close this, let me go to the references and remove this crude. Okay, and now add again, add reference, and then browse, and then select again your crude. So I'm inside BMS. Okay, so BMS crude bin debug DLL, and then add. So crude it added again. Now let's check again what's the result. Login, roles, and then A. Okay, it's still saying that method not found. Alright guys, so you have noticed that that was an error because this is a modular application, so you have to update your modules. Let's say if after cleaning your project, after rebuilding your project, after doing everything, that error that no function exists is still there, then what you can do, you can go to your particular module, let's say this one, and go to it, because okay, listen carefully now. I have added a new function inside my crude library. Okay, that's my DLL. I have added a new function in that, and let me show you that also. This one, load data in the last, if I'm not wrong, yes, load data with the new parameter. Okay, so I have added this new one. Now rebuilding, cleaning solutions, everything I have done, but the problem was not solvable, because now you have to update your assembly version. So you have to go to the properties and go to the assembly info, and then come here and then change the version from 1 to 2. So I have done that. Okay, so I have updated the version from 1 to 2, and then I have rebuilt it again, and I have re-added it again, and I have re-referenced it again inside my references. I have removed from this reference folder this crude library, and then I have re-added it again by right clicking on it, and then add reference, and then look crude.dll. Okay, if you have already so many crude DLLs appearing here in this particular screen, so right click here and then clear recent references, and then add a new fresh reference of your software. So I hope that is clear to everyone. Now let's start and see whether this save is working or not. So login, and then roles, and then when you write here M, so all the names with M are appearing. If you write here AD, only administrators are appearing. So look, the searching is now complete. Now the next step is for users. So I wanted to view the users with respect to everything. Okay, so let's go to the get users and do that quickly. So get users, where is that? Get users, and then copy this whole, and then create new, and then paste, and right here create procedure, get users instead of this, search users, and then you can write here specify this, and then here you can specify where u.id like, and like operator, single quotes, percentage, and then concatenation, and then @data, then concatenation. Simple. And now likewise you have to do for all the columns, because searching is for every column. Okay, so right here @data, simple parameter, that is nvarchar. Okay, any length you can specify, and now you can write here, copy this, and how many columns you have to add that columns 1. Okay, you have to copy from this also, or this one, or this one, or this one. So here you can write u_name, here you can write u_username, here you can write, I'm not going to give password here, so u_phone, and then your u_address, and then you have ID and name, so role ID and name, or r.name, like whatever the name you will pass, that role users only can come. Okay, so that's it. And now let's execute this. Search users, nothing to do, just go to the users window and add that code. Which code? Close these everything. Okay, and now go to the users window. That's my users window, and let's go to the code, and now go to the roles window and copy that search text code, this one. Okay, simple. Copy this code and then come here, and then in the users window in the search text paste it. Simple. So all things remains the same, and now you have to pass a simple procedure. You have to pass a simple procedure, and you have to change this also. Okay, so what you have to pass here, this you have to pass here. Okay, everything. Copy and come here. Where is that? Here, paste it. So you need to call all the columns and add all the columns in the grid view inside the list box. Now remove this and then copy this and then paste it and save and then start. So you can now be able to search the users of the software also, if you have hundreds and thousands of users, let's say. So users, and now let's first view, and when you write here, let's say Karachi, look, I hope it is clear to everyone. And when you write here, let's say okay, one more thing that you have to do here, when the text box is empty, all the records should be displayed. This thing should also be happened. So let us go and do that. If text box is not empty, then this, else what? Else load data, load users. Simple. I hope it is clear to everyone. If text box is empty, so same is the case. You have to copy this and you have to go to the roles window and you have to paste it here, and you have to write here load roles. Okay, save it and now see what's the result. Okay, so login and now users and now view. Look, all the users are there, and when you write here, let's say Osama, so Osama is coming. Okay, when you remove this, all the details are coming. So look, it increase your enhancement, and the UI is now more attractive. I hope it is clear to everyone. If you write here manager, okay, so look, two managers are appearing, only managers are appearing. So you can search with respect to phone number. Let's say if you have to write, if you wanted to find 0345, so only 0345 numbers will appear. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let's do the same task with owners, shops and customers. Okay, so let's go to the owners. Where was the, okay, that window name is, what is the name of the owners window? That is, let me close this. Customers window, that's my owner ledger window. No, not this one. Which one I should take? Users, shops, vendor window. That's my owner basically. Okay, and here I have to go to the code and go to the users window, copy this code and come here and paste it in the search text. Remove these columns, right here load vendor. Okay, and then vendor, basically these are my owners. Okay, so don't confuse with the vendor name. So copy and come here and paste. So these are my columns. Here you can write create procedure for get vendors, right? So where is that? Get users, get vendors. Come here, open that procedure and then add the respective code. Alright, so what you can do, you can come here and copy this and paste it here before order by. Okay, where, so you have to write here v dot id like this, v dot name like this, v dot phone like this, or name phone and then what we have v underscore address like this. Okay, and you have to, okay, one more thing that I have to copy this first and then I have to create a new query for that. So I hope you got the way how can you create the search. So I'm doing this for last time, then I will do it after the recording, and you can, I am expecting from you people that you can do the other searches as well. So search owners, okay, and then @data, that is nvarchar 1000, and then where data like this, and then that's it. Search owners, so copy and then come here and then paste. Everything is now set. Save it. Likewise, go to the customers and then do the same for the customers, and then for all the things that you have. Okay, so I'm stopping here, and I hope you have understood what we have done in today's lecture. We have added the search functionality inside our software, and furthermore what we have done, we have alright. So one thing I have skipped, that is the check. So let me add the UI and then we'll continue in the next class. So because the time is about to finish, let's go to the sales invoice window first. Where is that sales invoice? The billing window basically. So here you can add the check number. Okay, remove this list box, save it, and then come here in the toolbox and then put, when you select the when you select the credit, then the check number should be displayed. Okay, and now one thing that I must mention here is the flow layout panel. Where is the flow layout panel? Inside the containers, flow layout panel. Why I have taken that, let me show you. The flow direction should be top down, so that's my bill number. Oh no, I will not take flow direction because I haven't used the refresh panels. The functions are for panels, not for flow layout. So what I can do, I can come here and then pick up a label and simply place it here. Okay, and then check number, so for text boxes. Okay, and then the last thing is the clearing date. So that's my check number, and increase the size of the form. Okay, and here you can specify the name, that is check number. Okay, and then the date, clearing date. Okay, so copy and paste, and here you can specify the clearing date. So come here and write here clearing date, and then you can specify the date time picker. Do we have? Yes, we have here already. Copy and paste, and then paste it. Now rename these clearing picker, and then that's my check text, check text, and stop it. That's my check label, and that's my clearing date label, clearing label. By default I am making them visible false. Okay, and when you click on credit RB, if credit RB dot checked, then you have to specify the check number. Okay, so what's the check number details? You have to write here check text dot visible equals to true, and then check label dot visible equals to true, and then clearing date, clearing picker dot visible equals to true, and then clearing label dot visible equals to true, and then you have to make the reverse effect in else and make them false again. Okay, so false and false, copy it, paste it, and paste it, save. Now run. So what will happen when you select the credit? It will ask you to please enter the details. So where is that? Let us go to the sale invoice and then add and then credit. so the check details are appearing, and when you select cash, the things are removing. Okay, and now if there is credit, then save, the data is validating. Okay, but there is a problem. Let's say if you have entered anything, and if you have selected the shop, if you have selected the customer, let's say Hassan, and then details, and then the amount, let's say this one, and then you are selecting cash. Okay, and you have selected cash, and then if you click save, look, though there is no red field, but that is hidden. Okay, so you have to add this clause inside your validations as well, that if the things are hidden, then they should not be validated. So how can you do that? You have to go to the check count inside the main class, main program, and then where is that check count function, enable and disable and check controls. Here we have. Okay, so if the allow drop is true, then do nothing. Okay, and you have to do also, you have to add one more condition, that the controls should be visible. Okay, so how can you specify that? You can specify an else if here also, and you can specify the if condition. So the better condition is this. So if, what is that? TB dot visible. If TB dot visible, and then if it is empty, then check it. I hope it is clear to everyone. If the text box is visible, then do the rest of the things, then check that it is empty or not, and so on. Okay, if it is visible, and if it is not visible, don't do anything. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, so that's it. And where are you going to add? Yes, that's fine. So what do you have to do? You have to rebuild this. Okay, right now I'm doing it for only text box. You have to do for other controls as well. Okay, so go to the main class and rebuild it. Rebuild succeeded. Now let's check. Okay, login, and then we have to do here now, we have to go sales invoice, and then click add, and then click save, and then fields with red are mandatory, and then we have check. And now I'm going to add every bill number. Okay, so let's say this is my bill number, that's my shop, and that's my customer, and then the details, and then the amount. Okay, so amount, and then the things. I'm now selected cash for sake of testing, and now click save. So it's still saying the fields with asterisk are mandatory. So let us go to the check and see. Right, so I think the data was not correct, because if I'm doing this, the data is the text box is invisible, but that remains red. Okay, so what is my condition? Basically, let us stop that, and let's go to the main program, and here text box. So if the text box is visible, then do this, but the value of the text box is already red. Okay, if the value of the text box is already red, then the color of the text box is already red, then what you can do, you can specify one more thing, that is when you select the cash, if cash rb dot checked, then what you can do, check text dot back color is equals to color dot white. So guys, you have to turn the situation with your requirements. Okay, so when you click the cash, the check text should become white, and it will also is invisible. So now that's fine. So login, sales invoice, add, save, and then bill number, shop, Hassan, and then credit. The check number is disabled, amount I have red, and then when you check here and when you save, it's still saying field with red are mandatory. Why? the checkbox text is not getting white. I think the problem is still the same. You have to update the version of your assembly. Maybe the code is not updating from the backend. The problem that appears a few minutes before, that you have to update the assembly, I think that is the problem. So you have to go here and go to the properties of the main class assembly, and you have to make the version 2. Okay, same like the other module I have done. So right, save and then rebuild it. So the version is now updated, and now start and see what's the result. Okay, save, add and save. Okay, and now bill number ABC Garments, Hassan, details, amount is 1000, credit. Look, by default it is now white. Okay, and when you click cache and save, the data is updated. So that was the problem. I hope it is clear to everyone. So guys, because this is a modular application, so whenever you change anything inside the module, you have to change the version then, because the application is now deployed, and we have seen deployment in the previous lectures. So I'm stopping right now. Hopefully you have understood everything. We'll continue later in the later classes. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.